accidentally dropped into high school. I went to volunteer to help out with some of the boys and in the classes, and before I knew it, I loved it, and the kids enjoyed having me around. So before I knew it, it was 8 years. I've been teaching high school. Transitioned into the corporate training world because I enjoyed the training and teaching and coaching, and started teaching communication skills with IT people. So they are some of the smartest people you meet. They know how to create and craft projects and designs, but they had a hard time communicating that. And so I came in and I could take the scripts and talk like I knew what I was talking about. And a lot of them were like, why don't you just go do the presentation for me? Like, no, I can't do the presentation because I can't answer the questions at the end. So I did that, I've done that for about the last 7 years, and then I started off with SkillPath, jumped into communication, and finally social media. So I really enjoy and love what I do. It's my passion in life, just helping people achieve their dreams and achieve maximal success. So today, that's what I'm going to be doing with you, along with Francis. And as we go through the day, I want you to be thinking about several different concepts. For example, what's your personal history with social media? Any of you remember the days of MySpace? Okay, so MySpace came around, and I believe it just came at the wrong time. You weren't ready for it. What came right after MySpace? Facebook. Facebook. Anybody know the difference in terms of time? MySpace was 2003. Facebook was 2004. So a difference of 1 year. But now when we talk about MySpace, we laugh. We talk about Facebook, we're like, 1 year difference. The difference was the demographics. Made all the difference. MySpace was opened up to the whole world at once and we weren't ready for it. Facebook was opened up to college students only for the first 3 years. So your demographics are going to be very important. Who you choose to market to is going to be very important, because who you choose to market to is who is going to buy from you and who's going to do business with you. Social media world is huge. It's worldwide, it's everywhere. Anybody with a cell phone with internet access can get on social media. So internet technology and cell phone technology has gone faster than electricity, because there's some rural, remote places where there's no electricity, no running water, where people have cell phones so they can get on the internet. That's how powerful the digital world is. But out of that big world, how do you find your people? The ones that will do business with you in particular. That's probably the most important thing we're going to be discussing today. So any of you in here got into this because your boss or somebody at work said, I see you posting on Facebook a lot, why don't you do that for us? Anybody? Okay, yeah. I always get a few. So that's typically the strategy most businesses use. They find the person that's most active on social media, they say, yeah, you know how to do that stuff. Why don't you do it for us? But it's not the right way to do it. Now hopefully, Rachel, you've learned that you gotta have some strategy and you gotta progress. So a lot of times people are put in that bind and they have to figure it out on their own. But you gotta find out what's the strategy behind it. Posting trustfully and posting for a business, two totally different things. A business has to have a different approach, but at the same time, a business should not look like a website. So your Facebook page and your Instagram page, those things should not look like your website. So we'll be talking about that. How to craft the right message, how to get things all pulled together in such a way that it represents your business, but it's not so uptight looking like your website. Because it's still social media. It has to have the casual feel. Okay. My principle around digital marketing is based on the concepts of fishing and hunting. So if you think about fishing and hunting, people use different strategies. Old school marketing I correlated to hunting. And what most hunters do is they go sit in somewhere in a wild, whatever you call it. They sit on a tree and they blend into the environment, wearing camouflage or spray themselves so they can blend in. And they make sure that they set up an environment where the animal will come to them. So it's a concept of if you build it, it will come. That used to work back in the day. You have a great website, you have a great presence online, you have great business cards, great brochures, great building, and people just flock to you. It does not work anymore. Nowadays, if you build it, they don't care. Now, at best, they'll say, wow, great website. Great business cards, great brochure, great building. What's in it for me? What does that mean to me? And they'll go to the business that has something for them. And you look at them and you say, they don't have as nice a website as we do. But the difference is the value they're giving people. So nowadays, the strategy has become a fishing strategy. You have to go out and actually look for your customers. Your website is one of 1.7 million websites out there. How are people supposed to find you? So if you think of your strategy on social media, I want you to be thinking fishing, not hunting. Hunting is waiting for them to come to you. Fishing is you going out and finding them. And how you fish is you take poles and you put bait on each pole. Each pole will carry different types of bait. So your pole that goes to LinkedIn will have bait for the people that live on LinkedIn. Or you can call them the fish that live on LinkedIn. Your pole that goes to Facebook has special bait for people that live on Facebook. Instagram, same thing. Pinterest, same thing. YouTube, same thing. And on and on and on and on. You figure out who lives there, what bait do they bite on, and you put your pole there with the bait on it, and you catch them, and you bring them back home. Your website is still your home, still very relevant, still very important. So think fishing and not hunting. Hunting is more inward, wait for them to come. Fishing is more outward, go ahead and find them. So those are some of the things we're going to be covering today. I'll talk a little bit more about my track in a moment. But before we get to that, any thoughts around what strategy you're looking for? Like, what are you looking to get out of the end of the day today? I want to make sure we're all clear on that.
Get customers.
Get new customers, good.
Basically, a business plan development.
Develop a business plan?
Yeah.
Okay, around social media? Okay. Return on investment? Okay. Now with social media, we'll also add to that and call it return on involvement. Because in social media, you're measuring involvement as well. How people are talking to you and communicating with you.
Getting more followers.
More followers, very good, very good. More followers means more people engaging with the brand, more people getting your message. Anybody else?
Using your Google reviews.
Yeah, Google reviews, very important. As Francis said, most people will go to Google to see your reviews before they decide to do business with you. Anybody else? What do you want to get out of today? Okay, so let's all take some time and write this down. Some of you already have it since you already vocalized it. If you don't already have it, just write this one sentence down because I want you to be thinking about this throughout the day. I came to learn social media so we can do what? Learn social media so we can do what? If anything new comes up, feel free to tell me.